Alrighty, hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show, Serving Nerve, where we talk about whatever we want, and today we're going to be going through Therian and Otherkin cringe. Yes, that's right. So last video we went into Therians a little bit, kind of checking out the difference between a Therian and a furry, and, you know, I was like, it's kind of harmless, it's like mostly teenagers just dressing up, running around, you know, doing their thing, and pretending to be animals. And today, you know, we're just going to be going into a cringe compilation of Therians and Otherkins, and we're going to see how bad this gets, and just, you know, see if we lose our soul on the way. And yeah, so we're going to get into that, and we'll see where this goes. Alrighty, my people, I just want to interject that I do have a Patreon, and I do want to point out that if you want to support the channel, there is exclusive content on there, and I upload once a week. So yeah, if you want to check it out and support the channel, cool. If not, then let's get on with the video.
Hey guys, today I'm going to show you how to do my warrior kitty makeup tutorial. First you need black lipstick. You start squashing on the nose like that. And just be messy, kitties are messy. And then 1, 2, 1, 2. And then to make it really kittyish, you have to connect the bridge right here. Because real cats, they have a line that goes there. And you need the whiskers. And then I'm going to take red, because today I'm trying to be festive. So. And that is, the finished product. If you try it and you think, or if you think I look sexy, please duet and comment, please. I'm sorry if it's a little too sexy for some of you.
Bro, I can't tell if they're trolling or not. And also, is this a duet if I'm talking over this video and commentating over it? I don't know. Either way, I don't want to duet this, and this is not sexy. In my opinion, this is weird. I can't tell if they actually find this hot or if they're baby voicing on purpose, or if this is like actually just their typical demeanor, but I think this is getting into that fetish territory I was talking about, you know? That weird scope of people getting off on being animals, and I could be wrong, but the implication of there being sexiness in this mix when you're pretending to be a cat, it's a little bit weird, bro, a little bit weird. No shade, but shade, because honestly, if we're getting into the territory that I was talking about being worried about getting into in the last video, pertaining to the, I don't know, sexual elements of pretending to be an animal, or, you know, being an animal, or spiritually being an animal, or cosplaying as an animal, or whatever it is, that's where we start hitting red flag territory, my dudes. I feel like this is like an emo scene, but if the emos were just being animals, because everybody I see in these videos is also kind of dressing the way like an emo person would in 2012, and I remember that scene very particularly because I had a very hearty emo swoop going into my tweenage years. I just have to say, I'm not sure what the mentality is in this mix, because this person's just like, I don't know, playing music that's obviously copywritten on camera, and they're just barking to it, pretending to be like some kind of dog or wolf or something, but also dressing kind of emo, and I don't know. This is where I'm like, okay, brush over that, let's get back to the weird stuff, like the really weird stuff.
You don't have to go to the vet.
Good!
That make you feel better?
Yeah.
I figured it would. Also, there's something else.
What?
I found the catnip.
What?
I found it. Yeah, I thought I threw it away, but then I found it.
Where?
It's actually out in the garage. Come here.
Alright, I'm pretty sure we're getting into the territory where it's sexual again, because this is like one of those things where it's like, alright, I'm gonna dress like an animal, and you can be my master. And you know what? I want you to take me to the vet. That's right. I want you to take me to the vet. Or no, don't take me to the vet. Give me the catnip instead, boy. Like, this is just getting into weird territory, bro. I'm sorry. I'm starting to lose it. I'm already starting to lose it, and we're not even like 5 minutes into this video. When I see people that are hitting adulthood, you know, pretending to be animals, and, you know, dressing up on camera, and then, conforming to the will of their master that's on, audio, I don't know how I feel about this, man. It's getting trippy. This is just furry-esque now. This is just where we're hitting the furry kind of vibes. Early day furry vibes. I'm not gonna lie, I thought they were just playing at first the Minecraft dog audio near water, and then I realized they started actually, like, howling and stuff. You know, when I was a little kid, I used to do this. I used to pretend to howl. I thought it was cool. Me and my friends would howl, you know, we would pretend that we were animals on occasion, or that we had animalistic instincts, or that eating carrots could make you see in the dark. Like, when you're a little kid, like, it makes sense, man. Like, you're just messing around, you're being kind of stupid, you're delusional because you're a child. But when adults start doing this, or, like, you know, people that aren't, like, 5-year-olds, it starts getting trippy and weird. Like, I feel like we're kind of just on an overly creative scope of mentality, or we're hitting fetish territory where we actually think that this is hot. And I'm not sure which one to believe yet. I'm not sure yet. I don't want to say that these people just have, like, a kink or a fetish, because that's unpleasant, and I don't want to lump them all in that same boat. But so far, we're starting to trickle into this territory where things are getting weird. Really weird. And listen, it's one thing if you're, like, not sober or something. Like, you know, we've all done crazy things when we're hammered like nails. But if these people are doing this kind of thing sober, I have to commend them. It takes commitment, I guess.
Time for another things you don't learn in school. This one's for all you furry haters out there. Furries are not a new concept. Like, not even a little bit. For centuries, human beings have been fascinated with animals and finding ways to humanize them. The majority of ancient Egyptian gods and goddesses were commonly depicted with some sort of animal head on a human-esque body. Look at Greek mythology. Centaurs, mermaids, minotaurs, even modern-day sports teams.
Okay, I just have to point this out. I get they're trying to justify their position as a furry, but I think there's a little bit of a difference between the primitive times of us worshiping gods that have, like, animal faces and stuff, and us pretending to be animals and dressing up like animals. The other thing is, you know, just because somebody did something in the past, or it was a commonality to do something in the past, doesn't mean it's good or justifiable. I have a lot of Greek ancestry in my lineage, and trust me, we Greeks, we've done crazy things, alright? I gotta say, like, my people, my ancestors used to do massive orgies and eat until they threw up. And there was also a lot of justification for, like, male teachers to be having, like, affairs, you know, or indecently acting with minors that were male. Like, that was a very common thing. We also used to bang animals, bro. Like, zoophilia, bestiality, these things were also common back in the day. You know, we're not particularly inclined for such now. Just because something happened historically does not mean it's something that we should involve ourselves with in the future or in the present day. There's a reason why we as humans identify as humans, and we've structurally designed a system to kind of go against the acts of the past. You know, I'm not trying to say this person is endorsing any of the more extreme behaviors in that regard, but making references to the past and to history and specific eras and, you know, mythology and whatever, that's where we start hitting red flag territory where you can justify just about anything. Like, just about anything. So I gotta warn against that. I know they're probably just trying to say, like, it's not super weird to dress like an animal, but it isn't great to make references to the past. You're better off just saying, like, this is just what I do, bro. I just dress up like an animal. I'm a furry. I identify as whatever, otherkin, or whatever antic this is. I feel like talking about history with the current system we have designed in the day and age that we're in now might not be a great idea. I could be wrong, but I don't think it's a great idea.
Stop, bears. That ain't a bear out there. It's a dude in a fursuit. You think Winnie the Pooh is just strutting around Disneyland for real? No, it's a cast member in a fursuit! Sorry, I guess spoiler alert for the tick-toddlers.
I also just want to point out there's kind of a difference between things like mascots or humans dressing up like animals to create specific mascots, or even cartoon characters, or like characters from Disney and, you know, media and stuff like that. It's kind of a different thing if you've got, like, somebody who's miserable at work, by the way, dressed up as Winnie the Pooh because children love Winnie the Pooh, and, you know, they're trying to recreate, like, you know, the real world of Winnie the Pooh at Disney. There's kind of a difference with that, and that person dressed up as Winnie the Pooh is doing their job, and the people that are supposed to be into watching that person dressed up are literal children who think that Winnie the Pooh could be real. This is kind of a different thing from somebody dressing up as a dog, thinking they're a dog, dressing up as a furry, getting in a fursuit, and, you know, thinking that that's, like, their persona, and then also some people getting off sexually on that. I want to say that's much more of a scant group. But given what I've seen on the internet, I'd say it's more common than, we desire it to be. But saying that, there is a difference between these two things. One is a person doing their job and dressing up for children. The other one is somebody dressing up out of the pleasure of dressing up for whatever reason.
Modern day superheroes! Is T'Challa an icky furry because he wears a bulletproof catsuit? I bet most of you would say no! The point is, people like animals. Why are we making it a big deal? Just leave people alone. They're not going anywhere anytime soon anyways.
The other thing I want to mention is, in spite of the difference, I do have to say, if you're gonna get online and you're gonna, dress up like a furry or something, I expect some backlash. That community, outside of every other community, particularly has weird fetishes. There are people in the furry community particularly who do get off on the idea of cartoon characters. They get off on dressing up and then having intercourse with one another. Some of them also do get into the more extreme scopes like zoophilia and bestiality, which I would like to say again, I'm not sure how many people actually do that. I'm trying to be nice about this, but the furry community has a very bad reputation. A very bad reputation online, a very bad reputation on a convention basis. If you go through DeviantArt, the people that are going to be getting involved with the more sonic foot fetish-esque scene of things, I'm gonna guess that a lot of them are furries, because again, that's a very big part of that community, is the sexualization of cartoon characters, anthropomorphic animals, and all the weird stuff that comes with that. So I don't know, I feel like once we get into that territory and then we also talk about furries, they have such a bad reputation that automatically, even if you're not into that kind of thing, identifying with that group will have you with those connotations. I'm trying to be nice about this because, again, some of the people who dress up like furries and stuff are like children, which is a terrible mix, by the way, but some of the people who dress up in these communities are like kids who want to break dance and dress up like animals. So it's a really crazy mix of people, and I think in general it's a community that isn't good to endorse at the very least. I'm really hoping this person didn't actually eat the dog food. Bypassing the dog shampoo and the tail brushing and whatever, you shouldn't be eating dog food, bro. Dog food, cat food, a food that is meant for a pet is usually made not great. It's not meant for human consumption. We humans, we don't really have the same, levels of stomach acid. We don't have as low of a pH. Our immune systems aren't structured the same way as a pet's. I know people think that horse meat is the big thing about dog food. A lot of that's been banned now in pet foods. I think that the United States has banned it at the very least. There are some countries that still have that as a delicacy and stuff, but horse meat in general, not in dog food and, pet food anymore. But the one thing is, there are a few things. One, nutritional inadequacy with consuming dog food. Number two, the lower quality feed grade materials that are put into there that aren't meant for human consumption, that your dogs and cats and pets can eat more consistently without issue. And then also, I'm pretty sure the K3 might be a concern. I'm not sure, but the K3, that can be toxic for humans in large doses. I feel like if you did eat it, nothing would happen. You could get away with it, but it's not healthy for you, and it isn't adequate to consume, and you should probably not do it. So yeah, you probably don't want to do that. But yeah, anyways, that's the video. Tell me what you guys think in the comments below. What do you think about all of this? And do you agree? Do you disagree? And yeah, that's it. So I hope y'all enjoyed, my people, and I'll see you all next time. It has been lovely. Slater.